Hi guys. So today I want to talk about something that is considered kind of controversial in the spiritual community. People are very divided on it, and that is shifting realities. I'm not talking about manifestation or something. This is a completely different thing. Some people are not even aware of it. It is kind of niche. So to start with, what is shifting realities? What do I mean by that? What I mean is literally having your consciousness travel to a desired reality. You can either do this in your sleep, or you can just like sit down and meditate. It's possible is what I'm saying, because I have done it. I had been practicing doing it for over a year, and I finally recently managed to do it. It takes a lot of practice. Some people have been practicing for 8 years and they finally did it. Some people have been practicing their entire life and have been unable to do it, which is what causes such skepticism within the community when it comes to shifting. Okay. Now, a lot of people ask me, what do I mean when I say desired reality? It could be literally anything. It could be like a more enhanced version of you living in the same reality. It could be you could shift to fucking Harry Potter for all I care. It can be literally it can be literally anything that you want, whatever you desire. And I would just like to preface this by saying that I am not someone who engages in psychedelic drugs. I never have. I don't plan on in the future either. I don't even drink alcohol. In fact, I'm an absolute teetotaler, and this is my only drug, caffeine. I'm a student. I need the fuel. So that's it. So there is no chance that this was a bad trip or something like that. It's legit. It's real. It happened. All right. That's all I'm saying. Now, some people think shifting is like an advanced form of lucid dreaming. So what, in my experience, people who generally are unable to lucid dream are also unable to shift. So I actually was a lucid dreamer, and then I did end up shifting. Maybe it is an advanced form of lucid dreaming. I'm not sure. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying I don't know. It could be. It could be. So if you want to shift, maybe start by learning how to lucid dream. For me, what got me into lucid dreaming is scripting my dreams. Like every time I would wake up, I would recall my dreams, and whatever I can remember, I would just write it down in my notes app. I would do this religiously. And then finally my dreams started getting more vivid over the course of a few months. For some people it takes years. For me it took months. It depends on your affinity towards these things, I guess. And I've heard actually some people have a brain structure that actually makes it easier for them to do this stuff. So it could just be that too. And then I started lucid dreaming. I use these things as escape mechanisms. Sometimes when reality gets very overwhelming, you just need temporary escape to something that's fun, that's less stressful. It can be that. If you can deal with the sense of dissociation that comes after. Because when you shift, right, you're basically spending months in a separate reality, and you're like, okay, and then you wake up and it's just been 8 hours in your actual reality, and you're like, which one of those is real? I don't know. It causes a sense of dissociation. If you can deal with that, I think you're good. It took me a while to, I still haven't dealt with that in a healthy manner. I kind of just dissociate. Like I start looking at myself from like a third POV, and I'm like, what's happening? Am I real? Is any of this real? That happens a lot. So you just gotta learn to deal with that. And let's talk about another important thing that I want to discuss is how to do this, how to get into that state of mind. What did I do? How it works. Get your pen, get your paper, I don't care. Take your notes app out and start scripting. That's step 1. Okay? You script everything you want. You script what your character is like in this reality, what their name is, what their height is. I kept almost everything exactly the same. I kept my name, height, everything exactly the same. I just added some certain bonus characteristics that I wanted, or some personality traits, or some skills like fighting and stuff. Depends on what you're into. You can just add all of that, and then you put on a subliminal. I will put some links of some subliminals that I used. For me, the most helpful method was the falling down method. I've tried Raven, I've tried Starfish, I've tried all of these methods. For me, what worked was the drowning method, where you essentially imagine yourself drowning down and down and down and down and down, and you completely let go. It's almost like your consciousness is just separating from your body, and you open your eyes. Some people like to imagine some character from their reality, just like grasping them and pulling them out. That doesn't work for me. I like to wake up on my own. So for me, I ended up waking up in my reality. I quite literally woke up and I was somewhere else. That's how it works. And you have to have the confidence. Don't put too much pressure on it. If you put too much pressure on this, like, I want to shift, I have to shift, it won't happen. You have to be relaxed and just believe that, yeah, it's going to happen. That belief does not come easily, which is why it takes people years to get to this point, which is why there is so much skepticism about this, even within the spiritual community. Okay? I tried to imagine this as an advanced form of lucid dreaming, because my brain would believe that more easily than it would believe my consciousness shifting somewhere else. That is a more believable thing for me. So that is what I told myself, and that is what helped me shift. So you need to be very clear in your script. You can even write 1 minute in current reality is equal to 1 day in desired reality. You can put that in. You can even say, when my alarm sounds, I snap out of my desired reality. You can even give your character ways to respawn. I don't like to do that because, if the finality of death in the reality makes it all the more realistic, which is probably what made my dissociation worse. So, yeah, and just to know that if you get hurt in that reality, it's gonna hurt like a bitch, okay? And any trauma that you accumulate from there might affect you in your actual life. So let's talk about another thing that's super, 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 super important. If you're going to shift into a reality where there's a lot of violence, like that's the kind of stuff that I shifted into, there was a lot of fighting and action and everything, you need to make sure you script clearly that your character has high endurance and can endure all of that, okay? Because here's what's going to happen. If your character is traumatized, you in your current reality will be traumatized, because I'm telling you, these things feel like memories, okay? They don't feel like dreams, they feel like legitimate memories, all right? From like a life or something. And if your character did not have the endurance to deal with it, it's going to affect you if you don't have the mental endurance to deal with it. So make sure you script your character to have high mental endurance if you are going to get into, realities with a lot of fighting or something like that's like super metal or something. So that's just something I wanted to put out there, because I don't want you all to get traumatized. So this is basically all I have on shifting. Let me know if I missed something, or if you want me to talk about something more on this, or if you want any more advice on how to shift. I like to talk about different forms of escapism. I don't mean drugs. I mean like books, shifting, meditation, adding certain fantastical elements to your regular life to make it more bearable or to make it more interesting, just to kind of like, get rid of the rut, the monotony, and just make it more entertaining or exciting. So I love to talk about that stuff. I love to incorporate such things in my life. So let me know if you guys are also into that, or if you have your own shifting experiences to discuss with me. Even if you're skeptical of shifting, I would still be happy to listen to all point of views when it comes to this, because frankly, I feel like this is a very interesting topic. So that's it.